time to join this Microsoft Teams interview. We really appreciate your will to help us with our assignment.
You're welcome.
My name is Nur Shakila, and these are my group member. My name is Nur Atilia.
Hi, Leah.
We are students from UNITA International University, currently taking the Early Childhood Assessment course. The purpose of this interview to learn about the assessment practice used at Pusat Jagaan Rumah Bertani. The information you share will be only using for academic purpose and will remain confidently. With your permission, may we begin the interview?
Sure.
Okay, for assessment element. Question 1 is, could you briefly introduce yourself, including your position and how many years you have been worked at Pjrb?
Okay, I'm Jess. I've been serving in Pjrb since November last year. As I've mentioned to your class before during one of the interviews, I don't have a background in special needs education, but my position here is a assistant home manager, and I take care of the academics and the caretakers.
Okay. What is the main purpose of assessing children at your center?
We assess them to know what is their background, to know their capability, and which level we can put the residents to. Also to understand what are the things we need to be careful about, let's say something sensitive for the residents. These are the main reasons we assess them.
Okay, for the next question, what development domains do you usually assist?
Okay, for developmental domains, okay, let's say I have an autistic resident. Over time, we will assess their eye contact. We will assess their cognitive development, means whether they can understand our instruction, they can listen to our instruction as teachers, and whether they can follow and do what we ask them to do. So over time, this is what we assess. We also assess their sensory motor development, means their sensitivity to touch, to smell, and their response to light and sound. At the beginning, they don't like to touch a lot of things, right? Something is sticky or wet or sandy. A few of them don't like to touch. So we keep giving activities that have all these things involved. Over time, we can see the progress that they are okay to touch things. Improvement, we will see the improvement there lah. Other than that, we also assess their muscle strength, whether they can grip something very strong, like grip a bottle and open the container. Their walking coordination, whether they're strong enough to walk in a straight line, because some have global developmental delay. They can't walk in a straight line very well. They need assistance. So these are the things we assess. Yeah, about that.
Yeah, and I understand. Okay. For the question number 4, how do the assessment result help you plan or improve your teaching and learning activity?
It's very simple. It creates suitable to the residents' understanding, the residents' pace and ability. So all this assessment will allow us to create an individual development plan. Yeah.
So I proceed for the next questions. For assessment method, what assessment method do you usually use to assess children's development?
It's interview with parents and also observation.
Okay, how do you conduct observations during children's daily activities?
We have a checklist for every lesson plan that we give the students. So the teachers will use a checklist to mark their achievement. And I straight away answer the second, the 7. How often we assess is every week, actually every day, because each student, they are given a task to achieve in 2 months. So we assess every day their progress.
So how often do you assess and record each child's development?
It's a weekly, we record it weekly, every week.
Okay. So for assessment tools, what assessment tools do you use to record children's progress?
Checklist, observation form, and also a progress file. We have a progress file for the residents. Inside the progress file, we have a graph to see how much they have achieved their task.
Okay.
Hmm.
Could you briefly explain how you use these assessment tools to monitor children's development?
Okay, I just show you an example. You have a question that asked me to share assessment form, right? I can't share it online with you, but I can show it here. I don't know whether you can see. Let me off my background. Hold on. Okay, this is our lesson plan paper, okay? Can you see clearly?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we have maklumat panjang, maklumat terperinci, pengetahuan sebelum ini, alat bantu ajar, posisi murid, ganjaran dan demonstrasi. So these are the things we use to write down their lesson plan, rancangan pengajaran. Lepas tu, paper yang selepasnya kita akan tulis dari nombor 1 sampai kita tengoklah apa dia kena buat, apa goal yang dia ada. Let's say dia kena buka penutup botol. Okay, let's say itu example lah. So we will write here, nombor 1, pegang botol. Nombor 2, putarkan dia punya penutup. Nombor 3, buka dan minum. Itu example sahajalah. So 1, 2, 3. Lepas tu, ini adalah graph kita ya. Okay, so macam mana kita buat? Kita akan tulis nombor 1 sampai tengoklah berapa steps yang ada. Dan kita akan tulis sama ada dia boleh buat dengan sendiri. A adalah buat dengan sendiri. B dengan bantuan. C tidak boleh. So macam ni lah kita assess dia. Kalau dia dengan bantuan lisan ke bantuan fizikal. So A, B, C, that's how we assess lah. We can move on to the next question.
Hi, my name is Siti Nur Aisyah dari Pjrb.
Hi. Challenge is it?
Teachers' feedback and challenges.
Hmm.
What challenge do you usually face when assessing children development?
Challenge is when parents don't cooperate. Okay, dekat sekolah kita buat satu, tapi dekat rumah parents langsung tak ada masa atau langsung tak buat aktiviti yang kita suruh dia buat. So, susahlah kita nak track progress pelajar. Next question.
Next, how do you assess children with different learning abilities or special education needs?
During the interview and during observation, we can see which is their level. And so from there, we know what type of activities to give and what goals to set for each of the students.
Next, communication with families. How do you communicate children assess result to parents?
Every year, we will meet the parents twice. We will ask, before we meet the parents, we would actually conduct a house visit. So after the student comes in and studies for 1 month, we will conduct a house visit to see how is the room where they sleep, the place where they eat, the place they shower, so that we have an understanding what is going on at home. After that, we will come back, we will discuss, and we'll call parents to come to our place to convey to them what is the child's progress, what is the child's difficulty and challenges, and what can the parent do to help the child progress further. So this is how we communicate with them through conference. That means we call the parents. The secondly, each teacher will communicate via WhatsApp, and also they have a small notebook to write down every day what is going on with the student. So if they cannot communicate via WhatsApp, they will look at the book and they will sign in the book.
Last question. What advice do you usually give parents if a child needs additional support?
Okay, so one thing that we always tell parents, jangan pukul anak. Sebab anak bukan nakal, dia cuma tak tahu apa yang dia tengah buat. Jangan pukul dia. And second advice is, sit with the child at least half an hour every day to do the activities that we are doing in the school. So dekat pusat jagaan, kita buat satu aktiviti, kita bagi tahu parents, you pun buat aktiviti dekat rumah. Baru dia boleh progress. These two things we always tell parents.
Okay, that's all. Thank you once again for your time and cooperation. We truly appreciate your support. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thanks so
your
much.
interest. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Berapa minit weh?
Macam mana nak tutup record ni? Memang dia tak minta.
Tak pasal.
Dia tak minta pun. Dia tak minta pun. Lah. Dalam email tu just saja tulis.